What's up everyone, and welcome to my 14th episode in the Pokemon Online Revolution Guide. Now this guide is covering all of Kanto, and this is actually my last episode of Kanto, so I will be making a Jhoto series, have no fear. I'm just doing research in Jhoto, making sure I have all my I's, dots, and T's crossed to be sure I can get you guys through it without a hitch. But in this episode, I'm going to be explaining advanced IVs, advanced EVs, and advanced natures. And I say advanced, but it's just more iteration of what before. So to start things off, natures, of course, we've talked about as much as we can talk about them. It increases one stat and decreases another stat. So there's not much to talk about there. I mean, if you really want to know what your Pokemon is, you go to your Pokedex and look at its base stats and whichever SP or melee attack it favors. You know, you want to pick, you kind of want one that has that. Like, for instance, as I've always said, Gyarados. What? I had to fight these guys again? Oh, man. Alright, so Gyarados has his melee attack, and of course I have a Gyarados that increases melee attack, so that's great for your natures. Natures aren't that hard to understand. What it comes down to is IVs and EVs. And EVs are a little bit harder to explain. You can have 254, I think, EV of one stat. So that's your blue skill, and you get that every time you kill one Pokemon. So what I'm going to show you here in Mount Moon is the place to farm defense EV. And why it's good here is because you usually run into Geodudes and Sandshrew, which both give you defense. Zubats actually give you speed. I wonder where my little paper went for all this. I don't know. But Mount Moon is really good for defense, just average everyday defense, not SP defense. So Geodudes will definitely give you that. I think I'm on the wrong Pokemon too. I'm not ready apparently. But yeah, it doesn't look like his IVs are changing too much, or EVs are changing too much. So anyway, IVs are the orange stats you can't change that roll between 1 and 31, and EVs are stats that you alter entirely. As you can see, my Gyarados is already EV'd out, meaning he can't get any more EVs. I think it's 550 or so EVs. Don't exactly quote me on these numbers. I'm not at 100%, but they are in these ranges. At least 220 on one stat, and then at 550 overall. But so EV training is pretty essential, and no one really. Everyone says in chat that, you know, oh, you don't need to worry about that for the storyline and whatever, or you don't need to worry about IVs and natures, and that's kind of true, but EVs is a different thing entirely. You do need to worry about your EVs for progression in the storyline, because if you don't know anything about EVs and you've just randomly been giving your Pokemon EVs, and let's say it's a Pokemon that's using melee attack and it has a ton of SP attack, it's not helping. Not only that, it's hindering it in other areas such as your defenses, so it could go down really quickly. So what I'll show you here is Quagsire will come up here and he'll slap this Geodude, and then he'll gain 1 in defense. And that's how you start to build your EV. Now, to double your EV usage or amount you can get a Macho Brace, which is located in Jhoto. I've already found that in Jhoto and everything, and that will be in the next guide. But if you get lucky enough, you can get one in Kanto if you dig it up out of a dig spot. So, anyway, so Geodude and Sandshrew both give you defense, as displayed here on Quagsire. He'll be a better display on EV and how gaining it, and etc. So I'm pretty sure Zubat is speed, so speed's not bad. You know, you pretty much want to train up speed in whichever attack you need, and then your 2 defenses and some health. 4 of your EV, your blue stats, is pretty much one stat. Like 4 EV in attack damage is 1 attack damage in your like actual white stats, so that's really good to note. The next area I'm going to show you here is another trainer I run into miraculously. these areas are concentrated spots and where you can improve your EV. There is, once you do get all the badges done in Kanto or whatever, and you want to go back to the Safari Zone, the Safari Zone will have a special area dedicated to EV training, and you'll pay, I think it's $10,000 to get into the EV training area for 20 minutes, and what that does is you can pick the area you're going to and just train that EV, such as SP defense, or I think but SP defense and defense are both in the same thing, but then they have 2 attacks and speed. So that's really useful, but it's also $10,000 every time you visit it. So these ones in the world that are like a congestion of Pokemon that do good EVs like in the same area as each other is really what we're looking for here. So this is the next area here, and this is attack, melee attack, and health. Whoopers is what you see most of the time, and Whoopers give you health. They'll give you 1 HP. Any evolved forms, by the way, will give you 2 EV per whatever it is. So like a Tentacruel. Tentacruel gives off SP defense, so a Tentacruel would give off 2 EV, and a Tentacool would give off 1 EV. So let's see what this, well, I already know. This Whooper is going to give me, I can't do anything but Slam. He's going to give me 1 HP. Now, this area, you find a lot of Whoopers, so if you're not trying to train health, just run from them, and you'll run into Goldeen, and Goldeen is what gives you melee attack, and that's a severely good thing for, like, I brought my Gyarados up here and trained him before the Elite Four and stuff like that. You really want to get your EV training done before the Elite Four. Now, I know I'm posting this video after the Elite Four video, so it's not very helpful, but for anybody else seeing this in the future, it will be. But EVs are definitely important to train on any Pokemon ever, PvP or PvE. You need to train your EVs up. Let's see, I think Sandshrew would be better to suit this for now, because Whooper isn't doing, or Quagsire isn't doing much. I guess I'm just going to keep seeing Whoopers. I can't demonstrate the increase from Goldeen, but I don't know. They show up from time to time. It's literally only Whooper and Goldeen that show up there, so you'll see them. That's where I sat and did it. Again, it could be time of day, you know, the Goldeen might come out more at a different hour, something like that. So the next one I'm taking you down to is the SP attack place to farm. And what you're looking for in this area is Psyduck and Golduck. And again, Psyduck will give you 1 SP and Golduck will give you 2 SP attack. What you need to do for that is come down to Route 6. It's right above Vermilion City, right above the Psychic Wade guy that took you, and Dragonair was destroying Vermilion City and all that good fun stuff. You need to come there. And there's this pool of water right above it that I'm about to show you. And you just surf around in it, and you'll find gold ducks and stuff like that from time to time. Gold ducks are actually also found in the other area I'm going to show you guys for SP defense. So you can be doing SP defense and SP attack kind of at the same time. Psyducks are kind of rare. You know, it just depends. You might want to try to fish them up, surf them up. Either way, they spawn well in this area. Slowpokes are health. So you also have SP, or you also have HP as well as SP attack here, just in case you're also trying to get some HP as well. But if not, avoid them. You know, you can pay attention to every single Pokemon and see what kind of EV it gives you, and note that every 4 EVs is something that means something. Like if your EVs end on a 3 instead of a 4, the digit of 4, it's, you know, you're wasting 3 points. There you go, there's a Psyduck. So he'll give us SP attack, which is really good for a lot of Pokemon. So Sandshrew is just going to get slapped around. And the reason I'm not using my high level Pokemon for this is because their EVs are so high, it's hard to keep track of which one's increasing and yada yada yada. I just kind of want to show you guys a fresh slate Pokemon and show you how the EVs go up like that. But of course all my Pokemon are already pretty EV trained. Now If you do the wrong EV training, like I mentioned before, if you have SP attack and you don't want it, you have berries you can get if you beat the Pumpkin King, which is a whole nother story, but you can get these berries to reset it. So this area right here is the best, and this is the best. It's just hands down the best. This is the speed area to farm, and you can see a bunch of people here. And the only reason it's the best is because every single Pokemon you'll find here, which is Diglett, Dugtrio, and Zubat, provide speed EV, and that's it. There are no other Pokemon in this area. You will literally only run into speed EV Pokemon. So here's your speed EV. Train it up, you know, make your Pokemon as fast as you can. But this is the easy spot to do it. I don't know what else to say about IVs. I mean, IVs, they're a pain. They just roll the way they roll, you know. You gotta hope you get them good between 1 and 31 on a good nature. There's nothing you can do about IVs and natures. They are just set in stone, and that's it. Every time you pick up a Pokemon, that's the way they are. It could be the best Pokemon in the world. It's probably not gonna be. So it's really the only thing you can control is EVs, and you really do want to train them in EVs before you take them to gym battles and stuff like that, because I've had it where I've got no SP defense or something on a Pokemon, and this Pokemon should have, you know, wiped this gym clean, but he could have done that had he been able to withstand a hit or two of SP attack, which he had no defense of, so he just got demolished. I.e. Ghastly. Ghastly is a huge pain in the side when he's leveling and taking on gyms and stuff, because he does take a lot of damage from SP attacks. So getting a good SP... Ooh. Your dig spots have reset, people. If you did it on the day that I showed you the video, your dig spots have reset. Every 4 days, your dig spots reset. So that's good to note. Here's some more of your dig spots for a refresher. So, this last place I'm taking you is the SP defense training area. And this will be like Tentacool and Tentacruel, as I explained before. And this is also, if you want to come to the Safari Zone and do the actual training area, it's right there. But again, $10,000 for every time you go in there, when you could just find, you know, pretty good. You can find these Pokemon pretty quickly in the wild. You're gonna run into a few that are the kind you don't want, but just don't kill them. It's easy. I don't want to pay $10K for 20 minutes of EV training. I mean, I do have a Macho Brace now, but still, even then, I wouldn't want to. So, I don't know, you know, I think I think he's maxed out. I'll look, but I'm pretty sure he's maxed out on everything. Well, overall, he's at 550 EVs, so once all those blue numbers add up to about 550, you can't get anymore. But you're looking for Tentacruel and Tentacool, and as you can see, there's Slowpoke down here again as well. There's tons of HP mobs everywhere, which is really good because you do want HP from time to time on your Pokemon. Because if they don't have any, they're going to be really low HP. Well, Slowpoke is just going to be the star of the hour, I guess. He is just insane. Oh, man. Alright. So hopefully we're going to get a Tentacool. Either way, Tentacool gives off SP defense, and those are all the places to get all your stuff done. I wish I could recommend a better attack area, but I've not found one, nor in my research have I found one, so I can't do much about attack. It's just those Goldines, really. They're really good. It's a really good area, honestly. I just couldn't find any at that moment. But other than that, you just do your EV training. It's a hassle a lot of the time because you're not even gaining experience or even a lot, but that's the better part, is you're just EV training, making your Pokemon a lot better. And it does worlds of difference. Alright, let's see. I think he's maxed out either way. His health would have increased. So, I don't know. Maxed out Gyarados. You know how it is. I think my Arcanine... Oh, there's a Psyduck. See? There's SP attack down here, too. So, there's all kinds of good things down here. Yeah, he is just maxed. I don't even know why I was trying with Gyarados. It doesn't really matter at this point. You guys get the idea of how the EVs increase. And which Pokemon. I mean, now I don't know the stats on all Pokemon, and you can look it up. There is, if you just do the Bulbapedia or whatever on the Pokemon, it'll tell you what it drops as far as EV. So that's another way to figure it out. But I don't know what else to say besides that on getting the EV together, because it's a long task. It's not a fun task, but you know, you gotta do it, and it'll help your Pokemon out a lot in the long run. See, my Arcanite's not fully EV trained, so Anyway, guys, so this is my last Kanto video. I will be working on a Jhoto series, so I hope to see you guys in Jhoto. It's gonna take me probably a week or so, maybe less, I don't know. I'll probably pop out a video here soon, but I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, go ahead and slap that like button, and if you want to see more content from me, please go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.